Hey everyone, in this video I want to go over Module 6, and when I'm ready it'll go in your Module 6 overview and to-do list page, so it'll replace this video right here. So before I get started, first thing I want to say is, as you can see from this note, I asked for an extra day or two to post the details for Module 6, so thank you for your patience with that. One of the main reasons why I asked for that extra day or two is I wanted to finish grading all your chapter assignment submissions before adding any more to your list of things to do. So again, thanks for your patience with that. Module 6 is, if you refer to your core syllabus, is about reading chapter 11. And then if you go farther down into our tentative course schedule, I also mentioned that we have chapter 11 assignments. So what I did for module 6 is, there you go right there. I said to read chapter 11. And then as always, there's a module 6 course materials page. And then if you look at chapter 11, I broke that, or what am I trying to say here? I made it into two parts. First part is an individual activity, so that's part one, and part two is a group activity. And then what's not on the core syllabus but is really important for your semester long project is this submit your IRB application activity. So I'll go through all of that. I'll start with the module 6 course materials page. So just like the other module 6 course materials page, I give you additional items to take a look at on top of reading your assigned chapter reading. So chapter 11, and then you have this PowerPoint file, and then there's a Word document, and you will want to refer to this PowerPoint especially to help you complete your two parts for your chapter 11 assignment. And let me skip this one for now. You submit your IRB application and jump to the part one of your chapter 11 assignment, the individual activities. So you're doing this by yourself. It's set up like an online quiz, like your other tests or quizzes, to where you could start and stop as often as you would like to do so. So you can already, from day one, take a look at the details and take as long as you need to until the due date. So I forgot to mention that at the beginning, that even with the delay in making Module 6 available, I went ahead and kept the deadlines at the original deadline, so Thursday, April 4th. But certainly I'm open to any requests for an extra day or two extension because of the delay in making Module 6 available. So going back to this one, yeah, you could start and stop as often as you would like to do so. You just get one submission attempt. And again, as a reminder, take a look at the chapter 11 reading and then also the related PowerPoint file in the module 6 course materials page. Individual activities. So part 2, that's a group activity. So I'll let you read through the instructions there and make sure you don't miss this attached Excel file that you will need to complete this activity as a group. And just like all the other group assignments, I ask that you let me know if any team member does not contribute, because that would mean that not everybody should get the same grade, right? Last item I want to talk about is submitting your IRB application. So as you know, from the very beginning of the semester or close to the beginning, I said that because we will be working with human subjects as part of our data collection and marketing research process and all that, we needed to have the training and to show the credentials for that training in order to submit something to the IRB, the Institutional review board. And one of the reasons we do that is because in the past, we have there has been cases where treatments were withheld or just really people were harmed during these kind of studies where we work with human subjects. And so it's really important to Athens State that we follow protocol. And again, one of those reasons would be that, or one of those things that you would show that we are following protocol is that we go through the IRB process. We let them take a look at our study, take a look at our forms over here that we submit, along with our introduction message and our questionnaire, so that they could see, okay, this is the study we're doing, and they might offer suggestions or edits. So because we are working with a separate entity, I put on there the due date and time that I'd like to do this as soon as possible. So as soon as you complete chapter 9 and 10 assignment, which I combined, remember, I will give you feedback as quickly as possible myself, and then make the edits. And then I want to go ahead and submit, provided that you have all these different pieces here also, right? That it's ready to go. So I'd like for us to communicate quickly. It might even be really helpful to schedule a Zoom meeting to go over edits as necessary. But we'll just kind of work with that. So the whole idea here is let's move as quickly as possible, because as of the time of this recording, right, we're at week 11, and we'll have a spring break, and then we'll have not very much time to complete like the other stuff. Like we still need to distribute the questionnaire, wait for people to complete our questionnaire, and then we have to analyze and give recommendations based on our analysis. So still lots of pieces to go. And this IRB application will involve emailing the provost. So please wait for me to give you the okay before you do that. And when I give you the okay, you will email the provost and copy all your teammates as well as me, and include all these different pieces as attachments. And on top of that, there will be this sponsor form that you don't have right now, mainly because I still need one more to add to my pile of sponsor forms. But I'm also using this as a check so that you don't just submit this, right? So, like, for you to submit everything you need to the provost, well, you kind of need all the pieces. And if I'm holding the piece, then that's just kind of an extra check, just so you don't submit it, if that's making sense. And then here's the important part here also, the CITI completion certificates that I asked you to complete a few weeks back at the beginning of the semester. Well, now's the time that you need to have these. So if you don't have these, please complete them as soon as possible so that you could include them in your submission. And as I put on here, if you don't have that, you can't move forward with the study, because it's really important that we follow protocol, right? And if you can't complete the assignment, well, then that could result in a failing grade or an incomplete. So let me clarify this part though. This incomplete or failing grade will result if you don't have this one, right? But if you can't complete all the pieces of the study because we just ran out of time, even after you submitted this, so you have plenty of time to submit this. But if you can't even get to that, well, that's what's going to cause you to have a failing grade as a group or incomplete. But because we have 6 weeks to go, if you run out of time, for example, like say you get your IRB submitted in the next week or two, and then it takes another 2 or 3 weeks to even just complete all the different things that they're asking for you to do, well, then that doesn't leave you very much time to do the other parts that I mentioned earlier, right? to where you have to wait for data collection, and then you have to analyze the data, and then make recommendations, and then write the rest of your paper. Well, you might not finish that, and the way it's going to work is I will just have your work be picked up by the next group of students. So that was the case for those of you working with the library this semester. They already started work with the library last summer. And then those of you who chose to work with the library are picking up where they left off, kind of. So that's kind of how it's going to work there. So my whole point there, again, in case that got lost somewhere, is that incomplete or failing, that would be because you did not submit or could not submit your IRB application because you didn't do this part. If you can't do it, complete it because we just ran out of time, well, that's a whole different story. We will determine what to do about your project when we get to that point. First, let's finish this part. Okay, so I think I'm trying to remember. I think I talked about I'd like to complete this as soon as possible. So I'll review the video, but the reason I can't remember is this is my second go at this video. So I know I talked about it the first time around, but the second time, eh. But yeah, if that's not the case, yeah, I'll definitely redo this video. But if not, I talked about everything I wanted to for this Module 6 overview video. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions.